Trevor Young with you here from Blog Hub, and I'm with David Krupp, who's the country manager of Nuffnang, Australia. Welcome, David.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
David, you've got a big event coming up. Nuffnang's got a big event called the Nuffnang Blogopolis. What can you tell us about it? It's coming up on July the 31st? 30th.
Yeah.
I put the wrong.
Don't arrive on Sunday, Trevor.
I put the wrong date on Twitter the other day, and I freaked a few of the people out, the ones that are travelling in from interstate. But you've got a massive full house. I think you've had to have extra allocation of tickets.
Correct. Yeah.
I think I was 148th booked in, and now you're up to about 262 at last count.
Yeah.
So hopefully the venues you're holding it at Zinc at Fed Square, which is quite a big venue, but they can expand the size of it, which is probably just as well.
Definitely. Nuffnang Blogopolis on the 30th of July, Saturday 30th of July at Zinc in Melbourne, and it's an all-day conference, a workshop for bloggers to learn more about how to be a better blogger, and they're going to learn that from some of the biggest bloggers in the Australian blogosphere.
I've got the program in front of me. It's a pretty fair program. You've called it a master class program.
Yep.
We'll just quickly go through some of the classes, and they'll be running running together, so one and the other. So people can either attend the lot or come in and out as the topics suit. The first, you've got class number one is blog branding and marketing. You've got working with brands, the Australian blogosphere, blog photography, tools of the trade, improving blog content, and editorial versus advertorial. So all relevant topics. And you've also got some big speakers, so Darren Rouse, for example, from Pro Blogger, and also Digital Photography School. What will Darren be talking on?
So Darren will be talking on blog branding.
Yep.
And also he'll be on a panel towards the end of the day about the past, present and future of the Australian blogosphere.
Excellent.
So it's great to have Darren on board, obviously one of Australia's most well-known bloggers, which obviously puts him in a great place to talk about his experience in the past and present and what he thinks of what is happening in the future. From a blog branding perspective, he'll be talking about how to find out who you are in the Australian blogosphere, how to find your niche, and what's going to bring people back to your blog on a daily or weekly basis.
And one of the other good ones I like is just, we've got tools of the trade, so that'll be getting into the nitty-gritty. We've got Nicole Avery from Planning with Kids, Arnold from Mr. Gadget, and Michael from Craving Tech. That looks like a good one. And you've got one dedicated to photography, so obviously there's a bit of interest in how to take photos for blogs. Yeah,
well, the first one, Tools of the Trade, will be talking about I guess ways to help build traffic to your blog. As one of the components, SEO is such a huge component of building traffic to your site. So Nicole, Arnold and Mike will be talking about that. But there are so many different tools of the trade that bloggers can use to help improve their blog, and that's what the guys will be talking about in that session. And the other one was blog photography. Danny Meza, who is a professional photographer and a fantastic lifestyle and parenting blogger, will be talking about how to best take photos for your blog. So being a professional photographer, she is in a great position to be able to do that.
Excellent. And talking about, obviously we've got Darren and blog branding, but editorial versus advertorial. So you've got Nikki Parkinson from Styling You and Phoebe Montague from Lady Melbourne and your good self talking about that. So what's editorial versus advertorial? And also working with brands, you've got a representative from Icon Communications, who are a media planning outfit. So obviously marketing is very important to bloggers.
Absolutely. So the first session you mentioned was advertorial versus editorial. That's going to be a panel, and we'll be talking about the differences between editorial and advertorial, or creating sponsored posts, which is what we do at Nuffnang. So it'll just be a general discussion about I guess the do's and not the do's and don'ts, but is it okay to say no to a PR request, and what effect will that have on you as a blogger?
Not allowed to say no to a PR request coming from a PR person.
Absolutely not. But it's about how to best write content and things like that from an advertorial perspective as well. And then the second session you mentioned was working with brands. So the guys will be talking about, so Icon Communications is one of our clients, and another client will be speaking as well, Andrew from Reprise Media, and they'll be talking about what clients look for when it comes to working with bloggers. So, you know, what their limitations are and what their expectations are of bloggers. So when bloggers do work with these brands and any brands in the future, they have a better handle of how to approach it.
All good meaty topics. Well, it looks pretty good. So we're talking about Saturday, July the 30th at Zinc. Are you taking any more registrations, or are they all?
No, unfortunately, we have sold out for the second time. As you mentioned, we sold out the first allotment. We were only originally going to sell 150 tickets, and they sold out in 72 hours. So we did open the size of the room, expand a little bit to up to, I think we're up to about 262. You mentioned as of last count, and that we are at tipping point. Unfortunately, we don't have any more room.
And I think one big part of it will be these bloggers getting together. I notice on Twitter a lot of chatter about it. Got the hashtag, which is, I don't know off the top of the head. There's been a hashtag floating.
Yeah, the hashtag is NNB 2011, I believe.
Yeah, that's it. NNB 2011, standing for Nuffnang Blogopolis 2011. Yeah, it's worth people following that on the day as well. I would think that. I think you're going to find a lot of tweets going to be happening from it, and the good thing is I know there's a lot of people flying out from other states. So I think it's an exciting initiative, and congratulations to Nuffnang. And I'm going to go there with my trusty flip cam and take a few more videos. So hopefully there'll be a lot of content coming from it, not only on Twitter but from everyone on their blogs. So great stuff, and I look forward to catching up then.
Thanks, Trevor.
Okay, cheers,
Bye.
David.